Alcohol is the only drug where if we don't take it, people assume that we have the problem. Or if we used to drink like I did, people think when you tell them that you've quit, like you've done something crazy, you've went off the rails and you've smashed something up, or you've been arrested, or you've had crazy fights, which often is sometimes true, because a lot of people do crazy shit when they're drunk, and that's why they stop. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. If someone tells me that they don't drink, it always pops into my head. I wonder if they've went off the rails. I wonder if they've done something crazy. I wonder why they don't drink. And the reason why I think that, and a lot of people think that, is because drinking now is so normalized by everyone in our culture. And since I can remember as a kid, it's been very normal, even though it was the thing that probably caused the most trouble in my household and all my friends' households as well. It was still the normal thing to do. But now in 2024, I think times are really changing. More and more people are seeing the difference and improvements in their life when they stop drinking alcohol. There's way more people have quit drinking in the last 12 months than when I first quit 4 years ago. What I discovered in just the first few months of not drinking alcohol is pretty fascinating. It was the most productive I've ever been since before I went to the Olympic Games in 2008. Robbie Williams, the singer, was a big inspiration for me to do this. I worked closely and became good friends with him for a couple of years pre-COVID. And I know with him going sober, just how much his life improved. And with me doing it, my life improved so much too. And since I quit the drink at the end of 2019, my life, my health, my finances has improved so much. I've built multiple successful businesses. I've built a huge brand. And right now, my happiness and my relationships are by far the best they've ever been in my 38 years on this earth. And I'm going to tell you the lessons that I've learned about myself and life in general since I went totally sober. And if you're thinking about quitting alcohol, you should definitely watch this full video. I'm sure it will help you make the right decision, and I'm going to tell you exactly step by step how I did this, and also another method that will help you too. But first, I need to share with you the biggest lesson and some other details that I wasn't expecting to discover once I stopped drinking, and I'm sure that you will discover this too if you do decide to stop it. The question I get all the time was
it hard to stop? And
yes, it was. And
do I miss it?
I did.
Was it worth it?
And the answer is 100%. And when I tell you why and what's happened since then, you will totally agree. Now, one of the things that I noticed first was after around 1 or 2 weeks of stop drinking, I realized just how much better that I slept without drinking alcohol. I used to think I needed drink to have a good sleep. I've since learned that when you have alcohol, this elevates your heart rate. So when you're in bed sleeping, your body is trying to rest, recover, and restore all of its energy for the next day. Now your heart rate is working overtime and your body's not getting the rest and recovery that it needs. And this is part of the reason why if you've had a drink, you'll know that you wake up the next day, you're feeling sluggish and not well rested, because after all, your heart has been beating a lot faster when it should have been resting. And I also noticed, which is probably the biggest thing from this, is how I instantly extended the time I have in my life. You know the feeling the day after you've had a skinful of drinks? It may only be in the morning, but when you're just feeling there and you're rough and you don't want to speak to anyone and you're just like, oh no, I'm never doing this again. Well, that feeling might last for 2, 3, 4 hours. Now imagine if you're drinking 3 times a week and you're feeling like that 3 times a week. Them 2 or 3 hours in the morning are really adding up. That's like 24 to 36 hours each month that you're feeling like crap. So now when you're not drinking, you're getting that time back. And because you're not rough now and you wake up with more energy and you've slept better, you can spend that extra time on whatever you like. Maybe it's building your dream business, like what I did, what I'm going to talk about in a second. Maybe it's about getting your work done at faster to give you more free time on the weekends with your family. For me, I really did focus on a new business, which really did end up paying off big time and changed all my life, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. I also want to mention with this, I've got 3 young daughters, and when they were diving on me in the morning, wanting to play and have fun, and I was rough from the night before from the drink, and it's embarrassing to say this, but I really didn't want to play with the daughters. I was like, oh no. I would get myself up, I would give them time and energy, but really that wasn't good quality time that I believe kids should have with their parents. Instead, I was rough and just like trying to get through it. And all of this because I was trying to chase the buzz the night before. To be honest, this is not the dad that I want to be. It's not the dad that anyone should be, in my opinion. But now I'm waking up every single day fresh, especially because I've slept great the night before, which allows me to pay more attention, not just to me kids, but everything that I do in life. It gives us more focus, which ultimately leads to more things being done correctly. And because I'm getting way more things done, that makes us much happier as well. So by going sober, it gave me more quality time. It made me more productive. It made me a better dad. It made me a better husband, which ultimately made me a lot happier. And I remember when I first quit, one thing that I noticed was how shocked people seem to be when you tell them that you don't drink anymore. And to be honest, it kind of bothered us a little bit. I would often feel embarrassed telling my friends, oh, I'm not drinking tonight. They would make fun of us and tell us that I'm boring and just have one drink. This is a part of the reason why a lot of people don't quit, because their friends say, oh, you're boring, yeah. Just have one drink, man. It's all right, just have one drink. And I used to think that I would really be hurting their feelings for not having a drink with them. Now, another thing on that, I have a feeling like most of these people who might call you boring are not doing the things in life that you want to be doing, or they're the type of people who you wish to inspire to be like. But if these people are true friends and they support you, they will understand what you're trying to achieve from not drinking. And if they don't support you, do you really want people like that in your life? Maybe not. And honestly, I think in the years to come, more and more people's going to stop drinking, stop getting hammered. And hopefully that will be the thing that is frowned upon in society. Because when I was younger, people getting hammered around my group of friends, it was like the funny thing and the story that we would tell everyone the next week. And it was normal. But I really do believe that right there will be frowned upon. And so it should, because like I said, people do stupid when they're drunk. And since I stopped, I've spoken to so many other people that have quit. And most people who do quit, they see these huge benefits, just like I've been talking about right there. They can't believe that what they used to do before when they were on the drink all the time. But I do know some people on the other side of that who've stopped drinking for a period of time and then they've thought it's boring to stop drinking and they prefer life with alcohol, and then they continue drinking as well, which I guess that's fine. It's everyone's their own person and they do what they do. But them people are in the exact same position as they were in before they did stop drinking. So their life hasn't improved at all. It's stayed the same. And now I just want to see it. Like, if you're happy with your life and everything is good and you don't want to improve your finances, improve your relationships, improve being a parent, if you are a parent, then that's great. You've smashed it. I'm envious of you. Continue to do what you're doing. But if you do want to improve all them things, then yeah, you should definitely take note of what I'm about to tell you. Now, another reason why I wanted to stop drinking was to improve me brain health. Having 106 fights in my career, being punched in the head hard so many times. I mean, I've taken between 40 and 50,000 punches to my head since the age of 10 years old. I think a lot about dementia and I don't want to get it. So I'm doing everything I can in my power to have my brain as sharp as possible. And that's kind of why all of the benefits have happened to me, because my brain's sharper. And studies have shown the crazy effects that alcohol has on the brain. It really affects your neurotransmitters, and even if you're not drinking that much, it's still having an effect on your brain. You might think, well, I'm just having one drink here and there, it's not too bad for you. Well, studies definitely show differently to that. One drink can make a difference, even if it's one drink a week. Like the old saying, a glass of red wine a night is good for you. That's been debunked now by many scientists that I've heard speak about this. Now, I'm not a scientist, obviously. I don't know. It's what I've read and it kind of makes sense.
What this study did is it looked at the brains of more than 30,000 generally healthy middle-aged and older adults who were drinking various amounts of alcohol. What they found was that even for people that were drinking low to moderate amounts of alcohol, so if you're consuming even just 7 glasses of wine across the week, it's likely that there is going to be some degeneration of your brain in response to that alcohol intake.
Now, you might relate to this. When I was drinking, I'm not the sort of person who could go out and have 1 or 2 drinks. I'm more extreme. I'm the sort of person who's either 2 feet in or 2 feet out with everything I do in my life. 1 drink for me leads to another, then leads to, I just have one more, then 2 a.m. I'm in a pizza shop, drunk, stuffing my face with cheesy pizza, getting garlic sauce all down my face. I've never seen the point, and I still don't see the point in having 1 drink. Like, Why? Why have that? Why not just have a non-alcoholic drink, which I do now? I love the taste of Heineken 0.0. It's very refreshing. So that's the drink that I have. At first, when I quit, going on a night out and being around everyone who was drinking and having a good time, it was hard. I did feel pretty boring. I was drinking me Shirley Temples or on the Heineken 0.0, but then you get used to it. All of this being said, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, yeah, you have a great night when you're out there sober. I mean, you can have a great night, but when you have a drink, it obviously makes you feel really happy. You feel better. You do have a better night unless you are doing something stupid, because you get a great high off alcohol. It feels amazing. You're up there, you're on top of the world. But then the next day, what happens? Vroom, you come crashing down there. Whereas if you're not drinking alcohol, you're starting here, you go out, you have a little bit of a high, not right up there like alcohol, you have a little bit of high, but when the next day you don't come all the way down there, you just maybe come down a little bit, or you stay the same, because you're not going to be rough the next day. You're going to stay switched on and you're going to feel way better. And like I said, you only get that time back that you wouldn't have had if you didn't stop drinking, because the come down of alcohol is horrible. I'm never going to drink again. How many times have you said that? How many times did I say that? All the time. And there's a reason why we say that, because we feel like absolute crap, but then we soon forget about that when we start sobering up, and then we start having another drink again. Then you get into that high again of the alcohol, and then it's kind of like a downward spiral from there. Then when you're drunk, you make terrible health choices as well. Eating crap, what only makes you less healthy, makes you look physically worse, but makes you feel bad the next day as well. Now, when I was drinking, it wasn't just drinking on a night out a couple of times a week. I started drinking at home too. I'd have one glass of wine on a night, which very soon turned into 2 glasses of wine. Then I'd be like, oh, well, I'll just finish the bottle off. And then I would have a big packet of crisps or a couple of bags of crisps as well. And this became a regular thing for me. But then quitting in 2020, during COVID, when all my mates were lying in bed rough, which I would have been doing if I was still drinking, instead, I was up. I was in the gym that was closed down due COVID, not in there exercising. But what I did instead, I started creating content. I started studying about YouTube and start posting videos on there, learning about hiring a team, learning how to scale. I really did work my arse off with any free time which I had, because now I was feeling fresh. I really invested time and energy into the YouTube platform. Now, fast forward to 2024, I'm a full-time YouTuber. And in 2022, my wife packed her job in as a nurse after 13 years of being one, started doing YouTube too, and we packed up our house in Los Angeles, sold or stored everything that we owned, and traveled the world and start homeschooling, world schooling the kids, spending the most quality time with our kids any parent could imagine. We're financially sound right now. Our health is great. I'm like 35 pounds lighter when I was drinking. The list of other amazing things goes on and on. I don't want to mention it in this video because it's getting very long now, but I truly believe that none of this would have happened if I was stuck in my own ways and I continued to be drinking alcohol. And now it's been 4 years. I've probably added a solid 1 year of productive time onto my life because of not drinking, not feeling rough. And I've always been a good dad, but now I would like to say that I'm a great dad. I've got more energy to play with my kids, having great mornings with my wife and getting a ton of work done on my businesses. I'm now a morning person. I never thought I would have been. Being a boxer, you would think, you get up in the mornings and you run. No, I didn't. I couldn't stand getting up in the morning. But now I love getting up in the morning, getting up early to go and do me thing. I've built better habits. I've got a clear mental state, which for someone who's been punched in the face as many times as I have, took a load of concussions, it's pretty amazing. I feel like I've stopped looking through foggy glasses all the time, and now I can see life clearly and better. I know a lot of very successful, high-performing people, and not one of them people have got a bad relationship with alcohol. Most of them hardly ever drink at all. And I've always said that, you should take advice from people who you inspire to be like, or people who are doing better than you in life. Now, if your mates is out there at the pub drinking every weekend and say, come on, you're boring, you should be out here, Russ, man, you're not living a little, are they high performing people? Are they doing what you want to do in your life? Maybe not. Where will they be in 5 or 10 years from now compared to where you could potentially be? Now, on top of everything that's happened with me, my income has gone up, plus the amount of money that I'm saving on not drinking is crazy. I lived in Los Angeles where cocktails were around $18 for one. And having that like at least 8 nights a month, it was costing around $1,000. So let's just say in 24 months, that's 24 grand that I've saved. This is not including all of the drink I was buying for the house, which was organic wine every other night. I've saved absolutely thousands on not drinking. Now with the money that I've saved on that, I can now put into my businesses. I can hire people to edit videos like this. I can hire people to manage different platforms on my social media account, make money from being online and living anywhere in the world. So that's a huge benefit as well. Now, if you drink and you're happy with everything in your life, where you want to be in your career, you've got great energy levels. That's amazing. I applaud you. Actually envious of you. But if not, something has to change. You might have tried all sorts and can't get a hold of it or get a control of your life. If you quit drinking the poison, it could be that. That could be the one thing that's holding you back in your life. Now, there's only one person who can deeply, deeply help you quit drinking, and that is you yourself. Now, I'm going to tell you 2 ways that I believe that you can quit drinking. The first way is what I did. I started off with having a goal of not drinking alcohol for 1 year. And to be honest, at the start of the journey, it wasn't easy, especially for the first 3 to 6 months. It was pretty hard breaking the habits of drinking and trying to occupy my mind with other things when I wasn't drinking. I didn't lose any weight. And I was thinking, oh, well, if I stop drinking, the weight's going to fly off. But it didn't. The weight stopped on for the first 12 months. I didn't really want to put pressure on myself, as well as quitting drinking, as making sure I dieted as well and making sure that I went to the gym and worked on exercising as well. I didn't want to put my mind under that much pressure. I just wanted to do one thing, which was quit alcohol. Then it wasn't until after the first 12 months after drinking when I thought maybe I'll drink again. I was like, nah, I'm not. And it was then when everything switched around. After the 12 months went by, I was thinking, should I just have one drink? Maybe I'll just drink once a month. But, I'm self-aware. I knew that if I did that, I would probably end up on a downward spiral. It would be once a month, then it would be once a week, then it would be twice a week, then I would be back to the old ways, which I didn't want to be. I stuck with it. I thought, I'm going to do a couple more months off. And I took doing a couple more months off, and then I started dieting and exercising. And that's when everything really started to take off and change. But now I'm flying, and I'll proudly say that I will never drink alcohol ever again, which I never thought I would say. But why the hell would I want to drink alcohol? I've seen what happens to my life when I did drink. I've seen what happens to other people's lives when they do drink. Life is better now than it's ever been before. Like, why would I want to? I actually see people now, or hear people say, oh, I was really rough on Sunday morning after I went out on the weekend. And I'm like, mate, so out. You're in your 30s. What you doing, man? You're wasting away your life for these highs, and you're not be able to work on the things that you really want to work on that will make you happy. It'll make you as happy as it was when you were drinking alcohol. So again, the 2 ways of stopping drinking. Do what I did, which is just go cold turkey. Pick a date and then do it from that date. Find something to do instead, whether it will be building a business, creating content, studying something that you're really interested in, whether it might be playing chess, whether it might be learning how to act or do jiu-jitsu, just about anything at all that you might have wanted to do since you were a kid. Do that instead. Go walking to clear your mind. Read books. These might sound like really boring things, but do whatever you want to do that you might have wanted to do when you were a kid. Don't go out with people who are trying to push you to drink at first. After a while, they'll stop doing that. So keep away from them. Now, the second way I would recommend of quitting alcohol is by working with my friend Leon. I said deep down, there's no one that can help you quit other than yourself. And that's totally true. But it really is hard to do this alone. You might need a support group or someone who's got experience in helping you pick these other things that you can do with your life that can help you and guide you in doing different things with your life to be able to really stop. Because finding the right help can make it way easier to not drink alcohol anymore. And if you're someone that doesn't want to do this alone, feels too lonely in doing it, none of your friends are going to do it, none of your family's going to do it, then this might be the right option for you. Leon, my friend, has a coaching company He's got a totally different method to stop and drink. It's all about shifting your beliefs. It's not like a AA meeting or using all of your willpower to quit. It's a totally different method. He's got an in-depth training video that explains the secret of controlling alcohol. Now, this is for males only, so if you're a female, I'm sorry, maybe he's got something else for you, but this new program is for males only. And to get the details for free, click the link below or go to soberclear.com/stop. That's soberclear.com/stop. The link is below. And one final thing I want to leave you with. If you quit alcohol, your life might not change. You might not have the success like I've had. You might not be a better parent or a better husband or a better partner. You might not change your life and just have the best life ever. It might not improve your happiness, but it just might.